Karate chop! Welcome to the spicy planet. I have not said it, it's just because if I had said it, it would have become real for me. And I didn't know if it was going to be real or not. But, you know, I've got a new apron, I've got a sound system, we've got stuff going on here, so it's becoming real. So, welcome. So, for the list of ingredients, not a whole lot, it's pretty simple. You've got salt, it gives it flavor. You got paprika, it is paprika chicken. Call it other chicken, but we'll get to that. Don't be afraid to use it. Olive oil to brown the chicken with. That's nice. Ghee, clarified butter used in Indian cooking. Chicken thighs cut up, bone in because they carry more flavor. I've got crushed red pepper because it tingles the tongue, and then that's how you feel on the flavor in the chicken. Garlic, lemon, and cilantro for garnish. Let's cook the food. I chop it up, so it doesn't have to be pretty. As long as the garlic is good, it's gonna carry the flavor. That is some good stuff. Alright, so finally heat our pan. Gonna take our olive oil. In it goes. Now I kind of cheat a little bit. So what I'll do is I get a little swig of garlic. When it starts sizzling, that's when you know that it's done. So this is about, I don't know, 4 tablespoons, let's call it that. Garlic goes in. Now the chicken that I got is bone-in chicken. The reason why I got bone-in chicken is because I thought I was going to make ramen for my daughter. She changed her mind and said, oh, we're going to do pizza instead. So that's why I got bone-in chicken. I thought bone-in chicken would be good for ramen. You could use chicken thighs, you could use chicken breasts, you could use whatever kind of chicken you want. Doesn't really matter. The bones is what gives the chicken flavor. Chicken goes in, you gotta cook on high heat. Look at that. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. That's how you know it's cooking. So sizzling means it's cooking on high heat. We're gonna have a good color on the chicken. You can see the burner is going crazy red hot. That's how we like it. Don't be afraid of burning it. You're not. It only burns it if you don't move the chicken. Because then the chicken just sits at that part of the chicken that is sitting on the pan, that gets burned. As long as you keep it moving, things are gonna go just fine. Like this. Is that you're trying to coat the oil on all sides of the chicken. The pan heats the oil. Coated oil on the chicken colors that part of the chicken. That's what gives it flavor. So how long do we cook this? You know, I can't tell you in minutes. You know, it depends on how hot your stove gets. It depends on whether you're cooking with gas or electric. It depends on what kind of pan you're using. It depends on how much chicken you have. It depends on how much moisture the chicken has. So what you want to do is you want to go by 2 things: color and smell. So when you're moving the chicken around, if you see pink, keep it going. If you see white with a little bit of brown, that's how you know it's getting done. I think we're ready to add some paprika to this bad boy. Do not be afraid. Here it goes. You know what? It's not nearly enough. You want it bright red in that thing. So let's get some more paprika. Magic stash cabinet. Alright, so you know how much chicken that is, right? That's about, I don't know, 2 pounds. Now we're just gonna There we go. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Yes. Okay, keep it moving and stirring. You don't want it to get burned. Moving and stir. Moving and stir. Look at that color. Look at that color. Doesn't that look pretty? Another thing I do want to add, and we don't add a lot, so this is, you see, just a little. The acid from the heat activates our taste buds. So you just want to put in a little bit of that, because that, when it activates the taste buds, that's gonna make it nice for us, yeah? Okay, now we add salt. Now it just depends. I would say about like that. I added about a teaspoon and a half. Let's lower the heat a bit. Let's make sure that our chicken is cooked thoroughly. And let's let the spices get into the chicken. There we go. Don't worry about the chicken getting too dry. The chicken's cooking in oil. There is a ton of moisture that the chicken's going to absorb. Some of the juices are going to come out. The juices are going to flavor the gravy. As the juices come out, oil and paprika are going to get infused into the chicken. It's going to be delicious. Just cook it on low heat. If you leave it for 15 minutes, you've probably killed the kitchen. No, you've probably killed the chicken. But if it's cooking on medium heat or so, couple of minutes, let it get tender, nothing wrong with that. So the ghee is a judgment call. I mean, there's a lot of oil in there. I think I added maybe a little bit more than was necessary. So I'm not gonna add that much. I'm just gonna add about that much, maybe about a teaspoon. So that's about it for the ghee. Let's just mix it in. If you have butter, a tablespoon of butter would be fine. Okay, I use about a half a lemon. If you're cooking this for tacos, use the whole thing. It'll be all right. Turn up the heat and bring this bad boy home. Now, one other thing to think about is how thick do you want the gravy to be? So if you let it sit, it's going to cook it. If the gravy is too thin, it carries no flavor. So you see it dripping? That is thin for me. So we're going to let it sit there for a little bit so that it thickens it up. Alright guys, let's turn the heat off. This gravy, the drops are thicker. I don't know if you can tell, but if it's like honey, you've gone too far. If it's like water, you haven't gone far enough. It should be like maple syrup, right? It's just got a thickness to it. I think that's about good. We are going to let this sit and simmer for a second. Cilantro goes on top, make it look pretty. It's for the thumbnail for YouTube. So I roll the cilantro a little bit, and as I'm putting it on there, because when you roll it, it releases the oils in the cilantro. That's what gives it a little bit of flavor. Time to plate this up, guys. It's dinner time. I'm getting hungry. Well guys, that's it for the video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed it. We're about to have dinner. Thank you for watching.